Good morning, my Gen X friends. So, this is your friendly reminder that you can turn off everything. You can go offline, you can go off the radar, you can turn off the news, you cannot read the newspapers, you can turn off social media, all of the things. You don't have to answer the phone, you don't have to answer text messages. You can just take time for you and unplug and disconnect, not in a permanent, I'm just disconnecting from everybody way and I'm being isolated and a hermit. You can if you really want, but that usually doesn't work for the long term. But I'm just sitting outside in my car right now and I'm looking at all of the nature around me. I'm in my driveway and we live in a rural area, so there's a lot of nature. And it's really pretty right now. It's still a little bit of fall foliage left, but it's just quiet. It's very quiet. There's a slight breeze and I can hear, the birds chirping and the squirrels running through the leaves on the ground. And I'm just like, this is what's real. All that other stuff we're watching and listening to, yes, it's kind of real, but a lot of it's for show. Depending on, it doesn't matter what you're watching. It's for show. It's curated. It's designed to make you stressed out and pissed off and scared. So I'm choosing to look at what's actually real, what I can actually count on besides myself, my own thoughts, my own behaviors, my own choices, is what's outside in nature. Like, that's dependable. It's truth. You can't fuck with it. You can't dispute it. The sun goes up, the sun goes down, right? The seasons are changing. I live near the ocean, so tide goes in, tide goes out. And that is true. And it is consistent. So I'm going to focus on those things. And there's some peace in that. There's some peace that when you're outside and you're connecting with what is, all of the other stuff just isn't there. It's not present. And if it is, it's just here. All the talk and whatever the echo chambers in the head. Other than that, it's really just peace. And it's really just being right here, right now. And we get to do that as Gen Xers and my latchkey kids, because even though we've been programmed to be constantly stressed out, constantly thinking, constantly having a to-do list running through our head, constantly feeling like we're the only ones that can get things done, constantly feeling like we have to know everything, we have to be aware of everything, we have to prepare every 5 seconds, that we have to make everybody else happy, make sure everybody else is okay. We have to either keep the peace, or if we're cranky, we have to go and throw our 2 cents in and be a Karen. Like, we have to do none of those things. We have to just pretend we don't give a shit and numb out. So by doing this, by connecting with what is in the present moment, I'm not suggesting you numb out. That's not what it is. Not denial. It's not checking out. It's simply remembering what is actually true consistently, and humans can't fuck with it. Humans can't change it. Humans can't keep it from happening. They can't mess with it. It is real. Like, out here in the world is real. Right in front of me is all that's real. Everything I see on social media or hear on the news or watch is curated to whatever agenda that person has. Even if it's just influencers online, they're curating their lives and showing you something to make you feel a certain way. And you know what? We don't have to sign up for any of it. We don't have to make anything that powerful that it makes us feel a certain way. We don't have to buy into any of it. Are there concerns right now? Yeah, I'm sure there are. Might some things be happening that are either really good or really bad? Sure, we don't know. But I don't know if I said this in another video, but I'm going to say it again because I've been going back to this as a mantra. And it's not just because of this whole election thing. Even before this, I think as Gen Xers, we live in a space of kind of nervous system dysregulation, led along by our emotions and our feelings, and sometimes not in a good way. Like, we have to check in with our feelings. We're human. We have them for a reason, but we don't have to be reactive all the time. And we don't have to see the world through a lens of, oh, this sucks, mistrust, anger, frustration, regret, whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't see. This is perimenopause. I can't remember the word that was just getting ready to come out of my mouth. It was right here. So we don't have to live there. We can choose to unplug and disconnect and regain our power and remember what's actually real. Remember what's true. Remember what we do have control over, and that everything else is pretty much designed to make you into a stressed out, unhealthy mess. And I'm not into it, right? I'm not here for this shit right now. So I just really invite you all to step outside today. I don't care if you live on the streets of New York City or if you're in a rural area like me, just step outside and just look around. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? How do you, what? Check in with all the senses. And that's your truth. Disconnect from all the fucking noise. And remember that it's going to be okay. And I almost forgot to give you the mantra. It is, if you live in the past, you're frustrated or you're depressed. If you live in the future, you're anxious and stressed out. And if you live in the present, you have peace. And I'm taking that so seriously right now. So whatever you have to do to bring yourself into the present moment and silence the chatter that's in your head or silence all the noise from the outside, I'm inviting you to please do that, my friends. All right. Love you guys.